The invisible toll booth. Apple is currently charging a toll on every digital interaction through a mechanism most analysts are mislabeling as a user experience update. This isn't about making Siri smarter. It's about recapturing the billions in commission revenue lost to global antitrust rulings in early 2026. By turning the operating system into an agentic layer, Apple has found a way to tax the physical world, and the math shows it's working better than the old App Store model. App Intents as a data map. App Intents is not just an API for developers. It's a mandatory data map that forces every third-party app to hand over its functional logic to Apple. When an app like Uber or DoorDash integrates with this framework, they aren't just gaining a voice shortcut. They are handing Apple the keys to the transaction. By 2026, Apple has successfully shifted the power dynamic where the app is no longer the destination, but merely a back-end utility that Siri controls. This creates a choke point where Apple can dictate which services get surfaced based on who pays the highest orchestration fee. The P&L impact of this move is massive because it allows Apple to control the lead generation for every service on the phone, regardless of which app the user thinks they are using. The regulatory shell game. Regulators spent years fighting for sideloading, but Apple's shift to an agentic model makes those victories irrelevant. If users never actually open an app because Siri handles the task through a background intent, the choice of which store the app came from doesn't matter anymore. Trading volume for a percentage. Look at the numbers. Because the hardware margins are flat. Apple's most recent earnings reveal that service revenue is increasingly decoupled from App Store downloads. Instead, we see a surge in system referral fees, a line item that has grown 400% since the full rollout of Agentic Siri. Apple is now taking a 3 to 5% cut of real-world transactions like food delivery and travel bookings that previously sat entirely outside their reach. This allows them to trade a 30% tax on a small digital pie for a 5% tax on the entire physical economy. The signal under the noise. Apple is executing a total transition from a platform for apps to a platform for intent, effectively nationalizing the user's decision-making process. By leveraging the app intent structure and the regulatory-proof nature of voice orchestration, they have built a moat that no antitrust ruling can easily cross. This isn't a software upgrade. It's the professionalization of the gatekeeper role, moving from a static store clerk to an active broker who takes a piece of every action you take in the physical world. For developers and investors, the takeaway is clear. The era of independent app branding is ending, and the era of the Apple Commission on life itself has begun. Watch the upcoming developer conference in June 2026 for new mandates on transaction transparency. That is where the next phase of this monopoly will be codified. Subscribe for more.